What up, Nitro Nation? Well, we are at tank number 8. So this is where you do what you want. This is where I start doing full pulls. We're still on 2016 Byron, so she still is running pretty rich. You'll see in a minute. But yeah, so we're on 2016. I got a kind of a semi-box tune on it, but I'm not really going to start messing with the tune too much as far as dialing it in till after this tank. Then I'm going to run it, start running it on 30%. I have a fuel that I'm going to try. I'll let you guys know when the time comes. Man, this thing is, look at all the oil on this thing. I didn't even realize that. I don't know if you guys could you guys see that? Look at that. Look at all that oil back there, man. Well, that's how it is when you're breaking these things in. If you run it rich, which I do, I'm going to be doing a little bit of cleaning here soon. But anyway, like I said, we're on tank number 8. Now I'm going to full throttle it. I'm not going to hold it, like pin it. I'm just going to give it some full throttle blips. Like I said, it's running rich. It's got a decent, okay box tune on it, so let's fire this thing up and see what happens. You guys will probably be watching this video. I'll tie it into an actual when I start running this. When I put it on 30% and I start ripping it, we're going to throw the Badlands on. We're going to take it, you know, up to the spot, and we're going to see what this Triton, modded Triton L3 V2 Black Edition is all about. Alright, people, you guys ready? Hold tight. Where's my igniter? Let's fire this baby up. Oop. Sure sounds healthy to me. Oh yeah, she is slowly but surely coming alive. Man, I just want to hold it. But she's on she's on 20%, 2016. Really fat. Tank number 8. After this tank, I'm probably not going to do it today. Finally finished on breaking the Triton in now. I'm going to leave it in the Kyosho. I was going to maybe put it in my Techno. I had a few people, and I might do it later. I had a few people told me that, because I think that's a true test to see what a good 21 has, is not in your buggy. They're going to be nasty in the buggies because the buggies are more nimble, more agile, lighter. Is to put it in a good truggy. Whatever it is, you know, whether it's a Techno, Mugen, Losi, whatever you got, and rip it. And trust me, this Triton is going to go in my Techno probably later. I want to try it. I want to show you guys something. Look how low the head is on this thing. The cooling head. Hold on a minute. Look how low this Triton head is. Hey, let me take the camera off my head so you can see it. Look how low that thing is. It's lower than my shock tower. That thing's freaking one of the lowest heads I've ever seen. I think this would be a good race engine. It's very economical. Like, that's the only thing that sucks about this thing during break-in is that each tank takes like 45 minutes. She sure sounds nasty too. Man, I can't wait to put her on Byron's. Or the other test deal. I can't wait to put her on 30%. Start leaning her. I mean, she's on 2016 and that needle is like almost falling out. It's running pretty fat. That's 3/4 throttle, not even full throttle. Three-quarters again. Let's pin it now. For a second. Oh, snap. Running fat as hell. Take number 8, 2016 Byron's, running fat, rich, and thick. Running nice and thick. Just like Gearhead Addict likes his women, nice and thick. Oh yeah, she's ready to go on 30%. What up, people? Nothing like a little five finger death punch. Love that band. One of my favorite bands. Kind of political, I guess. They have a new video out about something about wearing masks. I haven't got a chance. I just seen it yet. I just heard about it. But anyway, Muggy Maniac is in. You know, I wasn't really going to do a video because by now, you know, obviously you guys in the last video seen some break-in of this thing here. Let me tell you, I couldn't tell that it's a 3-port. This thing, obviously you guys seen the videos by now. I tried to view videos. That was the last of the break-in stage. Now we're ready to put it on 30%. I have some fuel that I want to try. I've heard that for now I know they still make it. I've got about a gallon of it because I didn't want to buy too much of it because I've never used it. I just want to try it. It's highly recommended by my engine builder. He said it's a good substitute for Byron's. Now I've still got probably about a good 4 gallons or more of Byron's left, but it's not going to last forever. And until a certain person, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to put him on the spot, but there's rumors, and they're just rumors, and, you know, I mean, obviously I believe this guy because he's never lied to me. Working on a fuel right now. He's working on a fuel with a certain reputable company, so we'll see what happens. I don't know, but for now, I've got plenty of Byron's, at least to last me to the end of the year, and then I've got another fuel that I'm going to try for the first time, and this, I will run it. Actually, that's funny because the guy, my engine builder, that designed this engine, modded this engine, okay, this is his engine. This is the Triton, modified Triton. This is the RCR, modified Triton L3 V2, Black Edition. And from you guys seeing the video, I haven't even really got on it yet. And the video that you just seen, it's still on 2016. Very rich. But the next video that you see after this in the next couple days will be running on 30% of this new fuel that I'm going to try. Matter of fact, why don't I just show you guys? What the hell? You guys are going to see it eventually anyway. This is the fuel that I was recommended to try. Okay? It's made by Morgan's. It's called Sidewinder. Most people are familiar with it. This is a blend, a race blend. It's 3012. So this was recommended to me by my engine builder, and he knows what he's talking about. So, and he's, you know, can't people forget when engine builders pretty much, as far as fuel, whenever anything to do with an engine, that's their job. That's what they do. So when he said, when an engine builder, you know, a reputable one says that a certain fuel or a certain plug or a certain pipe or, you know, you should probably listen to him. But, you know, hey, some people don't. So, the whole, geez, I don't even know where to start. You know, let's go over this first. You know, a lot of people keep asking me about this radio. I'm yet to do a video on it. This is the Fly Sky. I know Woogie couldn't remember what it was called. It's called the MB4 Noble. Okay, Fly Sky. This radio is bad-asser. I love it. I use it now. I have it hooked up for my Kyosho MP9 TKI4, my race kit there, and my 5B. By the way, 5B still, you know, waiting on the engine and the pipe. Still going to be probably another month. It's just I got to be patient, and I'm in no hurry. There's a lot that I have to do in nitro. So anyway, this video is also in support of Woogie Nitro. Big shout out to Woogie. You know, I want to say that I taught him a lot of things, but you know what? He's always been pretty outspoken. That's why me and him kind of went at it for a long time. We're both pretty stubborn, and he's not going to put up with bullshit from people, and neither will I. You guys know how the Muggy has always rolled. I've always rolled like that. Listen, I've never, ever, and you can go check out all my videos, go do some research of your own, ask people that know me personally. I have never, ever been proactive, which means I've never came after anybody. I've never just started talking shit about anybody. I've never talked down to nobody. When you guys interpret things a different way, that's your own. That's your character defect. That has nothing to do with me. Just because I tell you that this race kit is next level, it's badass, and then an RTR is for newbies and rookies, people want to get all butthurt. Just because I tell you modified engines, because I have modified and stock engines, unlike some people, they just talk out their ass and they don't even own a modified engine. That's the what Woogie was saying, the hypocrisy part about it. Like, people, hypocrites, man. I mean, they say one thing and then they end up doing another thing or contradicting what they say a lot of times. Contradiction is, like I said in the past, a motherfucker. Okay? A lot of people contradict themselves. They'll talk shit about something and then they don't even have an experience in it, you know. Like the certain fool that I just exposed. You know. I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to ramp this guy up and, you know, give this guy any more, you know, airtime than he should get. Alls I know is what I've seen and what you've seen in the video. He's a newbie, been in the hobby for 3 to 4 months. There's people say, oh, well, you've been in the hobby for 45 years. You should know more than boat. Just because I've been in the hobby for 45 years doesn't mean I've been running nitro for 45 years. Doesn't mean I've been running quality whips for 45 years. Listen, I've been in nitro for almost 10 years now. Okay? 6.5 of it on YouTube. Go look at my channel. When I started my channel, 2013, that's when I started. Now, I remember in the past, you guys, I don't know what people got this crossed up, about all the videos that I had that were erased. I had a lot of videos. I probably had over 100 videos that I got erased, or more. And they didn't get erased because they got erased because when I switched my phones a few times, I thought the problem that I was having with the space of my phone, that it was because of the YouTube videos, not knowing that that has nothing to do with it. So I ended up on accident deleting a lot of videos. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, I had videos of my XTM, videos of this thing here when I first got it over 6 years ago. I mean, I still am pissed when I think about all the videos that I lost that I wish I could have still had. But that's my fault. I'm computer illiterate. I didn't know what I was doing, and they got erased on accident. So, that is the truth. As God is my witness, that is the truth. Okay, so anyway, moving right along, you know, this person I exposed because he has 3 to 4 months in this hobby, doesn't know what the hell he's doing, doesn't even know how to tune, can't even barely, you know, you guys seen the video, go watch it. And yet he wants to make videos and sit there and clown on people and talk shit about people, and that is total heresy, hypocrisy, contradiction, whatever you want to call it. It's just ignorance. A lot of haters out there, man. That song you just heard, that Five Finger Death Punch, Wash It All Away, I wish we could, man. But unfortunately, a lot of us aren't ever going to see eye to eye. Just because me and Woogie are cool, me and Foss are cool, Mr. Za, me and him are, you know, mending bridges, doesn't mean I'm going to go out and have a cup of coffee and go out and grab a bite to eat with any of these guys. You know what I'm saying? All it means is that we're existing, we're getting along. You know, and if we do, we need to have each other's back. So this video is also, again, shout out to Woogie for laying it out there, man. And I have no problem with that either. I got his back because I know he's got my back. And that's what it's about. Okay? Trust is something that you have to earn, and that takes a long time. You know, so, but anyway, that guy's an idiot. I'm not going to mention him anymore. He's blocked. A lot of people have blocked him. He's pissed off a lot of people. There's people that I have coming to me that I talk to that aren't even in 8-scale nitro. They're in 5th scale, and they seen this video, and they said, this guy's an idiot. So, he might have bit off more than he can chew on this one. Okay, and I know, like Woogie said, and there's a couple other guys, we're going to, you know, this guy's messing with the wrong people. He has no idea. You know, he's barking up the wrong tree. Okay, just like Woogie said. So anyway, I don't want to get into too much of this video rant because I wanted to go over the Triton engine that I just ran. This thing, man, this thing is nasty. But yeah, you know what? As I've always said, you know, I mean, people talk a lot and they don't run anything. And then there's people that believe those people. And I'm the Sended RCs. Come on, here. Let me show you something real quick. Here, I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Hold on 1 second. And this has nothing against, you know, for me personally, I just have always had issues with Savox. Okay? And I've got $100 Savox, I've got the cheaper Savoxes, and you know, it is what it is. You know, yeah, the return policy is one of the best, but of course it is because they know that their shit isn't reliable. Savoxes, by the way, are made in Taiwan. Protex are made in Korea. So, I mean, you guys can you guys hear that? Hear that? That's the Savox Cavalieri. It's like a $100 servo. Okay. Now, can you fix that? Yeah, when you back off on it, see? It'll stop. Hit the brake. Sometimes it doesn't. But when you move it, and my endpoints are on point. They're set. Great servo, though. I mean, I love the servo. You know, I did have one already go out. The return policy sucks ass because now Savox, if you haven't returned them lately, try to return them. They won't do anything unless you have your receipt, which I had to go through a bunch of shit with aiming because that's where I got it. And I have 2 more of these brand new I haven't even opened up. Okay? I mean, they didn't even give me a brand new one. They just replaced the guts. They basically refurbished it. I paid $8 or whatever it was to have it shipped. I mean, it was a pain in the ass. So I just won't support Savox anymore. And if you have good luck with Savox and never had issues, then to each his own. I'm not knocking Savox. I've owned plenty of Savox. They're just not the servo for me. I'm not going to buy them anymore. I don't even know if I'm going to run the other Cavalieris that I have. I might just sell them. They're brand new in the box. Now look, these Protex, these are the 130Ts, okay? I showed you guys on my video the one, hold on, let me turn it, the 100Ts, right? And those are quiet. These are the 130s, look. Quietest servos I've ever owned. These are about the same, these are a little bit under $100. The 100Ts are $50. So if you're a newbie and you're on a budget, try the 100T Protex. Their return policy, if you ever need to, it's A-Main's product, man. They're on point. Never had an issue. Well, I had the issue with the S's. The S's I don't like. I had one S, I had two S's that went out. And I won't use them anymore. The T's, never had a problem with it. I mean, look, you can just... Nothing. You can almost, it's hard to set the endpoints because usually you set the endpoints and you turn it till it buzzes and then you back off till the buzzing goes away. That's how I set my endpoints. Because when they're under stress, it's usually that's what makes them make noise. These Protex, nothing, man. I love them, man. I love these servos. I highly recommend it. You know, and so far these Cavalieris, you know, I mean, I'd one go out. We'll see this one. I've got two more of them. One in here. And remember, I have one of my Mugen, too. So, and that one's on the steering. So, but anyway, yeah, you know, and you know, I don't, and Woogie's right. Why would somebody... you know, talk all this stuff about a servo that nobody's really tested. It's not battle tested, it's not battle proven, it's not, I haven't seen any, you know what, I haven't seen anybody, you know, any pros using them. You know, Protex and Savox, they're reputable companies, man. There's even BK servos, I thought about trying those, they're a little bit more high-end, you know. Some people use Spectrum, some people use, you know, Futaba's, I mean, whatever. I've never had a problem so far on these 130Ts. I've had one issue so far on the Cavalieris. You know, these are roughly around the same price, around $100. You know, the blacks I think are a little bit more. They're like $10 more or something like that. But anyway, hey, whatever works for you. If you don't have no problems with your JX or your old school servos, whatever it is, then, you know, hey, don't listen to us. But I don't know why anybody puts their trust in something that hasn't even been proven. I mean, Woogie is, I completely understand where he's coming from. And I support him on that. You know what I mean? You know, and when somebody sponsors you, that's because you have a proven race track record. You don't get sponsored by just because, oh, you look like a cool guy, let me sponsor you. Woogie's right again on that. Puppets. People are just using other people to promote their stuff. And that's kind of dumb for somebody to use that person that doesn't even have... I don't even have that many subscribers, and he has less than I do. And that guy wants to frickin' sponsor him. He doesn't even race. I've never seen him turn a lap on video on a professional track. So how do you sponsor somebody that has never raced? I don't know. But, hey... you know, that's their own thing. Like Woogie said, you know, I can't stop him from doing that. And all these people on his videos, you know, they're just all a bunch of people that do a lot of this. All the people on that live feed, all they do is this. I never see them running their stuff. All I see them is running their mouth. Yeah, David RC does something every once in a while. You know, yeah, EKG. I haven't seen Chili Willy. Nothing against Chili. I haven't seen him running anything in a long time. You know, but I've watched his videos. He knows... he knows his stuff. You know, EKJ, let me tell you about this, I don't even want to mention his name. Anyway, you know the guy as the famous quote or thing that he likes to say, if if you ain't whatever, you're ripping, tripping, whatever, man, the only thing that he's tripping on is how to tune, because the videos that I've seen him run lately, he doesn't know how to tune at all. His tune is like, you know, way off. So, you know, but I mean, at least I give him, you know, the guy's trying to run his stuff. At least he's trying to run his stuff, you know, and I don't have nothing against him. You know, just, it's funny, you see him talking to all, you know, people doing a lot about this, and then when you do see him run videos, you know, you're like, really? Okay. Anyway, so like I said, I don't want to turn this into a rant, although I am supporting 100% Woogie Nitro on that video that he just did. And shout out to you, Woogie. You know, I appreciate, you know, the kind words, you know, and hopefully we can move forward with this and just, you know, get along. Run modified engines. If you've never tried a modified engine, you've never owned a modified engine, you have this much to say about modified engines. Nothing. Zero. Shut your hole. Go get one. Get the experience. Run it. And then bump your gums. Until then, you have no idea what you're missing. You know nothing about it. All you do is just flap your gums. Makes it's hypocrisy again. So anyway, that's enough all I wanted to say about that. Yeah, I mean I don't know how anybody puts, you know, send it servos. I would never spend a dime on those things, because I know nothing about them. So, hey, if you want to do it, go ahead. But I recommend the newbies not to. So anyway, well, the first thing that I do, when I get done running, I get all the fuel out of the tank, okay? And then I put rubbing alcohol in it. I have a whole thing full of rubbing alcohol in it. There's some in here right now. Swish it around. Then I'll blow it out the lines. So I've had rubbing alcohol through this whole tank and the lines. Make sure you take as much fuel as you can. Bump the box. Bump your engine. Get excess fuel out. Put drops of after run oil. Highly recommend this stuff. RC Renew. This shit's badass. I love it. But if you have, you know, whatever you have for after run, use that. And then just make sure pistons set bottom dead center. The thing I like about modified engines is when you shut them off, they're out because they're balanced. The cranks are balanced, and you know, they automatically drop down. But anyway, this engine you guys seen, I haven't even got on it really that much yet. You know, I opened it up a little bit. Still on 2016. Like I said, we're going to try the Sidewinder for the first time in here, 3012. And we're going to rip this thing. So the next video, like I said, after that, we'll be going to the spot. We'll be ripping it. We're going to be sending it. No, I'm not sending it, you know, 30 feet in the air. But, you know, we'll send it about 6 feet in the air, 6 feet in height, and about 50 feet out. Launch it. We are running the 2148 with the 41032 Novarossi header. I love this combo. I'm running a 14 Novarossi clutch bell on here with the, I like the Losi clutches. I just run the King heads and I run the Max Lives. 2 of each on it. So anyway, this engine is badass. You guys see how low this thing sits? This thing is like, it's crazy, man. How low this thing sits. I trip out on that, man. I mean, even if I flipped it with no wing on it, it still wouldn't touch. Just because it's so low. Look at that thing, man. That thing's so freaking low. Badass looking, too. Kyosho. I love this thing, man. I want to run it some more. We're going to give it a little bit of abuse. Like I said, I'm not the guy that's going to take a $1,500 wet and try to, you know, jump it off buildings and shit. If that works for you, that's fine. But as for me, I'd rather not. You know, I'd rather, you know, send it a little bit, jump it a little bit here and there, and just full throttle it and just rip it. So anyway, we're going to run this coming up in the next couple days. So yeah. So anyway, that's about it. You know, it's broken in pretty much, and now we just got to get it on 30% and throw a tune on it, get it dialed in, and rip it. Then after I get done with this, running this and breaking it in and dialing in, then the next one on deck is, what is that? Bam! That is the R5R RCR modded reds. That'll be next. Or, after I get done running the buggy, I think I'm going to rip the modified RCR LRP .32 Spec 4. We're running this one with the Novarosi 9886 Super Strong 41032. I think I've got a 16 clutch bell on this, so we're going to put a 16 on it and see what it's got. This one here, no bueno. The mounts are coming out again. I'm just not going to run it anymore, and I'm just going to continue to search for a MBX5 Pro Spec, MBX5 buggy body chassis. I need a new one, man. I'm not going to run this one anymore. I just got tired of repairing it. I mean, you guys can see in here. Look at these things. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can get my... Look at that. Those are fully tightened on the bottom. They just pulled all the way through because the person that owned this chassis altered it and stuff. They altered it and drilled out the mounts in the chassis so they can slide, move this. It's not what, that's what those... the other motor mounts are for. So when they did that, they messed up the chassis. So it lasted for a long time. I've had this thing and beat the hell out of it for the last 6 years, man. But it's time for a new chassis. I love those Soar Seiki shocks on this thing. These things are like money. These are almost probably as good or maybe even better than my New Mugen shocks. But New Mugen shocks are badass. Again, shout out to Nitro Mike, man. I know I spilled the beans a little bit early. I thought, I mean, pretty much everybody already knew he got an MBX 7. I mean, 8. He has an 8. This is a 7. But this has all the bells and whistles, people. All the goodies on here. Full tilt. I love this whip, man. I love this just a little bit more than my Techno. Although I love my Techno, too. So anyway, that's it. Yeah, I support, you know, people that are just, you know, speaking truth, you know. Some people just talk out their neck, talk out their ass, you know, and then they sit there and they want to... Remember this. When you're pointing one finger, there's 3 pointing back at you. The reason Nitro is dead, in my opinion, although there's a handful of us that keep it alive within our own communities and groups or whatever, but in general, Nitro's dead. Okay, don't get that twisted. Novarosi's gone now, pretty much. You know, Proline's, you know, sold out to Horizon. Byron's is done. I mean, what next? Like I said, I will not be shocked within a year that Losi discontinues something again. Because it's Horizon. That's why I hate Horizon. Horizon sucks. So, anyway, that's all I got. I will catch you guys on the next video. We will be ripping this thing. It might come right after this one. I might upload it in a couple days. I wasn't even going to do this one. I was going to tie this video in to the running video. But I think this needed to be said. You know, just to show my support. You know, I support Woogie Nitro. You know, we're good now. You know, and what he's saying is complete truth. And all I did is show facts and evidence of somebody that talks a lot of shit and makes fun of a lot of people and talks down to a lot of people. And that's funny because people say that about me. I never do shit like that. You know, and yet this guy's 3 months into it. That is a fucking joke in itself. You know, I mean, to watch that video was very painful. That guy has no clue. So anyway, I'll do a video coming up on this Noble. One of the features I like is you can adjust the trigger to the size of your finger. Pretty badass. I mean, this thing's got a 4300 milliamp battery base. Look at you can plug a USB in there. I mean, you plug your phone, charge your phone, whatever, man. It's like a power supply. It's crazy. This thing's aluminum. I like it because you can switch this. If you're a left-handy, if you're a lefty, you can switch this all the way around. So you can use it on as a lefty. Badass. For around $200, well worth it, man. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. Solid. Most of it's billet aluminum. The steering wheel, this whole assembly right here, all aluminum. The base of the battery is all aluminum. It's a nice radio, man. I might get me another one. Anyway, again, shout out to Woogie. Shout out to your Gearhead Addict. Shout out to Nitro Mike. Shout out to Mr. Zod. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that you know, he's planning something big. That's all I got to say. Alright, people. I got to do some more cleaning up and getting this thing ready to rip it. We're going to rip it and pin the throttle. All right, people. Remember, nitro is... Oh, and when I said that about nitro racers, racing is the glory, and bashers pay the bills, that's speaking about pros. Everybody knows factory team pros don't pay hardly anything. Okay? So, if it wasn't for us bashers, those guys wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't have... The companies wouldn't be paying them. Because those companies don't make a ton of money off them. They're the ones promoting it. We're the ones buying it, the bashers. And the other racers. So, those people that are pros and professionals, they don't pay no bills. A lot of their stuff, their sponsors, are free. Okay? Bashers, we pay. We spend a lot of money. Especially guys like me and Woogie and, you know, shout out to Don Foss also. Can't forget him. You know, guys running modified engines, we spend some good money on modified engines. Why? Because we have the stock engines, and we know what the stock engines do, and we get the engines modded, and then we know what they do. Like, that's why I can say that. Every engine that I've had stock, ran it, got it modded, completely different engine. Okay? That is facts. And unless you have done that, you have no idea what you're talking about. Again, just lip service. Alright, people. That's a good 30 minutes of ranting. Alright, people. Catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. I will share some stuff. I've been talking to Keenan White, a.k.a. Lefty the Great, JQ's sidekick. It's pretty cool. He's on my messenger now. We've been kind of chatting back and forth about everything that's going on in racing. And he is a guy that I can get a lot of information from. He's saying that there might not even be a Worlds in Brazil. Because the Worlds, IFMAR Worlds, was supposed to be held in Brazil at the Huddy track, which is in Brazil. He said it's not going to be there. So, and I believe Keenan, him and JQ, those guys are in touch with what's going on in the race world. So, I'll keep you posted on things that are going on. I told him we should have it at DNC. He said there might not even be a DNC this year. That's what Lefty told me. Okay? So, not me. Lefty the Great, a.k.a. Keenan White is his name. Go look him up. But yeah, he said there might not be a DNC next year. That would suck. Ass. Because I love DNC, man. One of the best races of the year. Alright, people. That's all the Muggies got. See you guys on the next one. Peace.